Hello, it's Tanya May, and I'm going to be soldering today. I'm going to solder my triangle chime. I've created jump rings with tails. So I took regular jump ring. It's got the split. If I can, right there, hopefully you can see the focus of it. And then what I did is I put the tail on of conducted wire, and then I will just slide it right, not like directly on it, but real close. That way that I can bury that slit and the tail down into the groove where I want it and create a hanger, because this is a chime, so this is going to be the top. So this will hold the top hanging pieces. There'll be 3 pieces here that will either chain, or I've been using like really thick twine, and I tie these together and make the top that holds, and then underneath this will be more rings that will be placed under it that will dangle down, and them jump rings will support the actual chimes that hang down the glass. So for now, this is the top. I'm going to put the ones in, anchor the jump rings in that actually hold the top headpiece, if you want to call it that. It's the actual pieces that hold it to a hook or whatever that hang it. And well, I don't know why I just can't get my words to work today, y'all. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know why, but I will get it. I've had a crazy few weeks. I came back from camp 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. Mind you, it was like the weekend before my son's birthday. So it was like the weekend before the 20th or whatever in there. And I don't know, I got home and I was just busy. I was busy. And I was watering my plants because I knew they missed me, and I knew they needed watering because I watered them before I left, but I just knew they were ready. So I've got like some heavy plants around there, and my husband thinks, and I was cleaning up and doing other things, packing and unpacking and all sorts of stuff. It's busy time coming to and from cabin. So I don't know, somewhere along in there, I did something to my back. I don't know. I tweaked it, and I tweaked it. I mean, I didn't tweak the spine part, but I tweaked on the side what you call a SI joint. It's like on the side of your spine. And it's, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That was something. I learned something new. A new level of pain I didn't even know about. And I don't have no interest on revisiting. I always put bigger jump rings on the top, and then I'll put the smaller ones that hold the actual ropes and the glass underneath. Just a note for that, for what we're doing. Anyways, I tweaked my back, and I did it good. I went to a chiro right up the, like super close to me, because like I was in pain. And I did not want to even, I was thinking about the car ride. I just wanted to be like somewhere as close as possible to get this problem fixed as quick as possible. I met a nice lady up the road, and she adjusted me. And she had a nifty little bed that made a lot of racket, but it moved me around, and she did great. She got my back in order, and I went Monday and I went Friday, and we were paying out of pocket because it wasn't accepting our insurance, but that was fine because it was working. And then I did something. I got confident and I thought, ooh, my back's better, because I've never had this SI joint or whatever that is go out before, so I didn't know I had to baby it. I don't know, I just didn't baby it. And I came home and I must have did something that I wasn't supposed to, and I pulled it out again. Okay, I'm back. And anyways, I pulled my back out again after it got put in, and that was worse than the first. It was worse than the first. And I couldn't walk. I was in a bad way. I was gonna make a trip to urgent care, like emergency hospital area, or I was gonna make a trip to like the ER or another chiro, because she helped me, but she seemed like she was afraid to really get in there and crack me. Like, I don't know. She cracked it, but I never hear it. The bed was so noisy. I mean, I did feel better, but I was worse than ever. And I was thinking, I just didn't think that she was applying enough pressure to get the bones back to where they needed to be. So that's what it felt like. And I thought about going to the ER, and then I thought about going to a chiropractor, and I thought, well, if I go to the emergency, then they're just going to give me some kind of pain pills, and they're going to probably send me to somebody else that's going to be giving me therapy or something. And I've done the therapy before, and that's a long process, and they don't ever put you back first. They don't, like, fix the bones first. So I was like, man, I'll give somebody else a try. So me and my husband Richie are looking for somebody that morning, anybody online that's taking new patients, that's, I don't know, this could help. And we were reading the reviews, and we ended up finding someone else. And I went there, and he listened to me and then adjusted my back. And he didn't just like lay me flat and push on my back like the other lady. He was like, I was like doing a pretzel move. It was twisting me, like really twisting, and I heard it went brrr. I was still in friggin' pain. But I think that was because everything was just getting back to where it needed to be, you know. And then I'm gonna tack these pieces together. I don't know why I didn't do that first, but I want to flip it and put the other pieces on the other side that's gonna dangle down, them hangers, and I really can't flip it if I don't have it like tacked together. So I'm just gonna tack a couple of things here to help me hold it together. Anyways, I wish I had someone here to tell me what I last said, because I sure don't know. But yeah, it was crazy. It was a crazy adventure, and I was in like rage, anger, freaking pain. I don't know, y'all. If you ever hit a level of pain that you're just like, when they say a animal is cornered and hurt, that's not far off. It was about the same time I was creating my last chime, and that I could so relate to the colors and the frequency in that chime, because I was still building it, and I could just feel my energy intertwining with it. But I don't know, not in a negative way. It was just like in a real natural, earthy, real creative way. I don't know how to explain it. But yeah, it was, I don't know, it was raw friggin' crazy anger almost. If that sounds honest enough for you. Yeah, it was, I don't know. Anyways, he got my back. The first night I was on the heating pad again, and I couldn't even walk, barely. It was my hip, and everything felt wrong about it. And then, but he put me in, and it takes time for that to adjust. Like, your body just ain't like, well, mine didn't. It didn't just like pop in and then boom, wow, thank you, crack, and then walk away like, yeah, strutting like a rooster. Mine wasn't like that. Mine was more like, put it in, and then it was, I had to give it time to adjust to the freak out zone of, it was like, it was in shock from being out, and then shock from being put back in. That's what it felt like. And then I'm going to put a little text up here because it seems like it's sagging, and I don't want it to sag. And it's simple, like, it was kind of like, as soon as it got through that initial shock, and I kept going out to the earth, because I kept thinking about the trees, how they loan their energy to other trees that are like down and hurt or sick, or, I mean, I've read it, and mushrooms do that too. And I was like, wow, I really need some help. So I was reaching out to nature, and, I believe in the energy is lent and shared, and, anyways, I walk out on earth, back and forth in my yard, and then I come back in, and I rest and get on the heater, and then I just made a pattern out of that. I would ice it. I actually followed instructions to ice and heat. Like any other time, I was like, yeah, ice it. No, I really did I did stretches. He suggested different stretches. I did them. And I felt better, not by a lot the next day, but I could tell that I was moving again. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm on to something here. So he seen me the very next day, and I didn't expect that, because the first lady, like, it was 4 days in between. Like, I wasn't just winging it. So he seen me like the very next day, and he cracked me again, and don't you know, my back cracked just as loud, if not louder, the second time, in the same sore side. But I felt it. He got it that time. He got way down deep in that area of the lower back, or on the side, really, if you know where it's at. But I felt it within it, and it worked. I mean, I don't know. I'm happy, because slowly, by the next day, the third day, by Wednesday, I was feeling better. I wasn't going my full speed, but I was moving again. I was being able to move. And I think by that day, I wasn't just taking one footstep. I was moved up to taking a step by each foot, when before I was only using one foot to lead because I didn't trust the weak side. And then by the 4th day, I'm buzzing around again, like wanting to do regular life. I was back in stained glass yesterday, and I was early in it, but I want to be back, you know. So I haven't been lifting things, but I have been back in my glass area again. And that's where I feel happiest. So what am I supposed to be healing and not be in your happy place? That don't make sense. You got to be in your happy place if you're going to be healing properly. And that's where I'm happy, is here. So, yeah. I just, I'm here. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I gotta keep jumping off. There's other people that live here, and they have things going on that they're doing, and it's a natural occurrence, I guess, if you're recording anything in your home. So, here we are, mate. Busy as can be. Hope I got that right, because there it is. And, let's see, I think that's right. Look, it wants to bend a wee bit. I want to get all these in place before I start soldering, because I won't be able to get them in their spot if I don't, not properly. So, do you like the colors I picked? I'm still, like, I don't know, I like it. I like the green, and then the green, you can see it in the light box really good. It's like a green, and dark green, and the light green, and then it's got little whites and greens and purples, and it's got a lot going on. And then the center, I picked like a gold. So, yeah. And I'm still debating this one's name. So, it feels definitely like a, I don't know, if it sounds silly, it feels like a female energy, this chime. So, hey, that's what the name feels like. That's what it feels like. So that's what I'm rolling with. I am just happy that I feel well and strong and willing and, I don't know, good to be here doing it. I'll tell you, you know you really love something if you friggin' miss it that much when you're not around it. And that's me in stained glass. I feel most comfortable doing and being in. If I'm not doing it, I want to, I don't know, it probably sound weird to anybody else that doesn't feel this way, but if I'm not actually taking the actions and doing it, then I want to be hearing about it, or someone else's work about it, or learning something about it, or someone else that might know something more than me about it. I don't know. Or you vice versa, someone that might be learning something that I already know, but they've learned something that might still benefit me, because I know everyone can contribute. Doesn't matter how far along you are with this. So, yeah. Anyways, let me finish putting this hook in, and then we'll get to soldering. I clipped off all of the tails that come up through from the other side. This is the top. It's got 3 hangers. They'll come from the top. And then this is the bottom. This will be where all the individual strings hang down that hold the glass from the bottom. And I'm pretty happy with the way this is closed. And that, the only thing that I need to do real quick before we solder is I would like to close this gap here a bit before we get going. That way the rest will go pretty quick. So I'm gonna pack a little bit of possibly hobby came in there and help close the gap. Otherwise it's just gonna fall through so easily. So what I'll do is this hobby came, I'll just let's see, I can see if I can get it to wedge in there maybe, and if I can get it to hold in place, that'll help it from just dripping on through. That's the idea. Kind of like stuffing it to help holding this shut. We'll see. So I'm thinking how it looks from the top. It's not a super huge gap, but it is in stained glass. You want them to meet with no gap. So I don't want to sit and keep criticizing my work, but at the same time, this is a 3D project, so I don't know. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna fix it. A little flux. I'm gonna try to grab that like that. Flip it over. Do the same thing. I'm gonna get that hobby came, or lead actually, it's lead, to grab, and it's gonna make it durable as well. I could put pieces of wire or even pieces of foil would work and help take that gap. But this being 3D, this is one of the challenges that I learned to overcome. If I can keep the flux on the line, girl. Keep the flux in the lines. I hope you can see that. I don't know if in view or not, because I am a busy little girl. I'm so happy to be back in my area. Back in black. No, I'm not a singer, but I am happy to be back. I'm very happy to be back. With my back allowing me to solder and do stained glass and be down in my area. No, not down, but in my studio. Oh, did you see it just pop through? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's malleable. Let's grab that. And let's see if we can get this without dropping it to the other side. See, that's lead, so it just blows out and evaporates. Did you see that? It just bloop, and it might not hold like I want it to. Let's see if I can get this to take on this side. There we go. Yeah. And we'll clear this up. If I can get this to even take now, you're just being it's just being a little difficult. But that happens sometimes. It happens sometimes. Not. And guess what you do? You just keep going. And you know that the solder is malleable. And you know that it's working with you. And you keep tapping and trying again. And it came through! Boy! Woo! It's trying to test me, y'all. I'm gonna have to move away from this area because you know why? It's getting hot. I don't even have to be a scientist to know that. I'm gonna get that out of there because maybe that's hobby came. I don't even know. Get the heck out of there and move on. I want to fix it though. It's an urge. Keep going and fix it. But I don't want my glass to be too hot. And it isn't worth the crack. So you gotta fight your urge. So let's go and start soldering. Little pieces hanging up. I don't. Let me see if I can flip it. These nippers are so big. But hey, looky there, it worked. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm trying. Get it on the screen. And then we will solder this. Boy, what the heyday is going on today? I don't know. I really don't know. I got my iron up kind of high because I expected to be moving right along. So. And then I'll do hobby came up that way. Alrighty. Let's get going. Well, I didn't put that on too thick. I don't know, we'll see. I don't know, for some reason I'm just, I don't know. We'll see what the heck's going on here. Oh, I don't understand why everything's just running through here. Turn it down a wee bit and see what's going on. Because that crack is not too big that I should be losing anything. stick together for me. I don't know. Whatever. This looks crazy. Looks like a crooked old thing. My lands, girl. What you got going on? I haven't been away too long. Okay, let's get soldering. I don't know why it's just breaking through so easy. It's weird. I normally do that. Maybe I got my iron up still a little bit too high. I don't know where it wants to be today. I'm gonna do something here. Get my normal little, back to my normal brush. And back to my normal. My frequency. All right, let's get Freya moving here. Miss Freya. She wanted me talking about all that stuff. She did not want me talking about negative stuff. She wants me talking about her and her energy. Oh. Yeah, I got the heat down now, so it feels slower. Let me turn this. I got all these little balls under here. I'll put them up here. I'm not soldering the mat, girl. We are soldering Freya. That's what I'm going to call it. I don't know. You know what I need? A little flux. A little flux. A little flux. All right. use a touch and go method right now. Only because for some reason it just wants to go through. I don't know why. I don't like how it's built up right there. So I'm going to take some of that off. It looks like I'm very inexperienced, honestly, but I don't know what the heyday is going on right now. I'll get it. So, let's see. Like I said, things are going much better for me now. My back is in the proper alignment. My bones are where they need to be. My diggity dogs miss me though. I run one of my dogs on a daily basis. We're not like marathon runners or nothing, but we do our little routine. And boy, whenever I've been experiencing this for the past few weeks, because it wasn't just 1 week, it was 1 week I didn't do nothing about it. And then the next week I did something about it, and with a lady chiropractor, and then this 3rd week. And then I re-hurt myself, and the 3rd week I got someone else, male. So 3 weeks into this. So my husband's been taking my runner boy, that's what I call him. And he has been on a bicycle. And he rides the bicycle, and runner boy runs next to the bike. And it works. It sure does. We figured it out. And my little puppy love gets his run, and my husband doesn't have to run because he doesn't want to run. He's like, that's not for me, girl. And I don't blame him. It's not for you, then fine. He says he doesn't feel good on his knees, and I'm like, all right, then. But he does walk. Takes time of his day. And walks with we have 3 dogs, so he doesn't just not do any of them. He does the walk-in part. And with runner boys, parents usually. And now lately he's been riding a bicycle, bless his heart, and he's been getting runner boy around. Well, not today. Today my husband was helping my dad get himself a new truck. Well, bought himself a truck that he likes, and they were off, gone all day doing men things and doing things they needed to get done. And my little runner boy's been shadowing me, Chevy dog, wanting me to take him for a jog, because that's what he knows I do, and I can't, y'all. It doesn't matter how much he shows me his puppy love eyeballs. It doesn't matter how much he shadows me. It doesn't matter how much, none of it. I'm not going to go backwards in this and have to do another week of this backache stuff. I just can't do it. It's hard on me at night. And heck, that last time I couldn't even walk. I was literally, it was crazy. It was intense, to say the least. And I'm not going to do anything to put myself in a jeopardy. No, sir. Not gonna be me. 'Cause I learned my lesson, because I already did. See, it'll be different. I already did. I did the first week. I did nothing. I just laid around. I thought a heating pad was gonna cure my life, and then I was like, okay. Second week, I went to the chiropractor. The nice lady that helped me, and then she did help me, but I, like a foolish little girl, got excited and just went about my life thinking, yeah, I'm on da-da-da-da-da. I can do whatever I want. Which I can, but slow down, let your body heal. So that's what I'm doing. I'm down here doing what I like. And I do like running my boy, my doggy, my diggity. But I like walking. And I think he knows, well, if he don't know, he'll figure it out. I'll be back. I'm not trying to stay away from him. I'm trying to get back up there. I was joking with my husband. I'm like, I'm going to be dancing around, and I'm going to run, sprint. Before I was jogging. They're like, oh, it's hot. I'm just gonna jog. Oh, it's hot. Finding all these excuses to slow down. Oh, excuse me, I didn't mean to bump the camera. And now I'm just like, I feel in my heart, there ain't no more excuses. So I'm gonna find excuses to run. Like, obviously, I won't be able to sprint the whole thing, but I will be able to sprint the straights, at least. Put it that way. Remember when we were in gym class when you were younger, you'd walk the curves and sprint the straights? I don't know if they had you do that on your track, but I did. I used to run track when I was young. And the coach would have us run the straights and walk the curves. And I'm going back to running them straights, because I'm gladly going to run them. I'm not going to be making no excuses. It's too hot, or it might be sprinkling today, or oh, blah, 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 blah. No, sir. Happy to be doing what I need to be doing. Yeah. Okay, y'all. When I flip this, I'm about ready to do that. I'm going to be less jibber-jabbering and more soldering. And I want to tell y'all that I enjoy spending time with you. I hope you enjoy spending time with my channel and me. And in case I ain't talking so much on the flip side, because I intend to be soldering, then you'll know that that's what's going on. And you'll know why. Okay then, let's do that. And I'll do the soldering, then I'll do the lead cane, and then my little touch-ups, and then I'll let y'all see. You'll see. Okie doke. See you later. I'm going to put the border on it. And then we'll see further process as we go. Have a good one.